Hi, I'm Chang,
Chang!
and I don't do comedy, but especially stand-up comedy. So I'm going to sit down and tell a few stories about my kids. So you guys look like you're about to get married and have kids. So I'm going to give you advice, right? How to raise proper children. So I have two sons. They're Cyrus and Milo, and they're in good schools. Caltech and Pomona, which is, according to U.S. News and World Report and Forbes, #1 schools, right? So I raised my kids through negative example. So, for example, one time, I took my kids, one time, okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was gonna go on a hike with this beautiful 20-year-old girl. This was like 5 years ago. So I asked my wife, I said, hey, because my wife tends to find out about all this shit, right? So I said, hey, I'm going hiking with Olivia. Is that okay? And she said, all right, when are you going? Saturday? Can you take the kids? Okay. My kids are like, at the time, 12 and 13. So we go to Catterskills Fall, which is about 2 hours away. You guys should go. It's nice. The locals call it the Stairmaster. It's only like quarter-mile hike, but it's very steep. So I'm there with a very fit 12-year-old, 13-year-old, and a 20-year-old. And I'm 45, out of fucking shape, coked up, whatever, right? So halfway through the hike, I said, all right, you guys go ahead. Right? So I guess I got to the top maybe 15 minutes after they got there. I don't know. I get there, I can't think straight. I'm like just breathing hard. And Olivia passes me a joint, And I haven't smoked a joint in years, but what happens when somebody passes you a joint? You take a toke and pass it, right? So I take a toke, and I'm passing along, and I go, oh shit, that's my 12-year-old son, And he looks at me, he looks at his brother, he looks at me again. By the way, there's about 50 hikers. This is the waterfall, And he takes a toke. And my other son is horrified, and he's handing it to my other son. Milo's handing it to Cyrus. Cyrus goes, what the fuck? Dad, did you just hand your son a joint, you stupid fuck? Everybody's looking at me because I'm a stupid fuck, like, what the fuck, right? So I'm embarrassed, I don't know what the fuck to do. And then he saves me and himself. So he turns around to my son, Milo, and he says, didn't you learn anything in school, you stupid fuck? Say no to drugs! I didn't, but that's my son's growing up. So one time, after we did a year in Costa Rica because surfing is the new golf. Like if you're gonna do business, you gotta go on surfing trips with your buddies, stuff like that. Golf, nobody, young people don't play anymore. Anyway, so I took a year and sent my kids to dumb fuck school in Costa Rica by the beach, where they're learning stuff that they learned 2 years ago, It was alright. Then when we came back, we didn't have that much time, so we got an apartment. We always lived in big apartments, houses. We had to look for an apartment in a hurry, and we found an apartment in Upper West Side. It only had 1.5 baths. And there's 4 of us. My wife started school because she wanted to have another kid, and I'm like, no fucking way, Now I'm able to go to like vacations with my kids without worrying about diapers, like all kinds of shit, So I said no. So I suggested she go back to school, maybe become a teacher, play with other people's kids, fuck them over, right? So one day, about 2-3 weeks after we moved in, my wife says, my kids were at the time 12 and 13, that's the same year. She says, I was late to school again today. I'm like, why? And she said, Cyrus is just taking so long in the bathroom in the morning. I'm like, tell him to take a fucking shower in the night, you know, at night, right? She said, yeah, he does take a shower at night. I'm like, oh, it's that. All right, I'm the man in the house. So I said, all right, I got this. But you know, it's really hard talking about sex with your 12, 13-year-old kid. You know, they tell you, you know, whatever, but it's hard. So I try to talk to him over like dinner, and I'm like, hey, Cyrus, forget it, don't worry about it. I try to talk to him over, you know, like breakfast. Hey, Cyrus, forget it, you know. So one day, I'm on the train back after getting new telephones, you know, because we just got back from Costa Rica and whatnot. And during that year, that's the year when everybody started texting. There was like 1 year, nobody heard of texting. And then you come back, you know, 1 year later, everybody's texting. Nobody answers the fucking phone, right? So we're in the subway, yeah, you know, there's people, you know, standing, everybody's sitting down, but there's ambient noise, you know, my son's sitting here, Cyrus, Milo's sitting over there. So I said, hey, Cyrus, and then he says, what, Daddy? He's a nice kid. So I said, hey, maybe you should masturbate in the afternoon, you know? And he fucking gets up and screams, did you just tell me to masturbate in afternoon, you stupid fuck? Now everybody's looking at me. You know, it was like, he's making it more embarrassing moment, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know what to say. Milo just gets up, gets across the room, you know, I mean, to the train, pretends like he doesn't have anything to do with it. He doesn't know us, right? So he like curses me out a few more times and gets off the next stop. I don't know how he got home. But he's 13, he's a big boy, right? Old enough to masturbate, you know, he's a big boy. The problem is this, afterwards, every fucking 30 minutes, he's texting me, you are a stupid ass. I can't believe you said that, you stupid fuck, you know? And I try to call him, he hangs up. He doesn't pick up the phone. I don't know how to text, you know? So it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I get about 5 more abusive, you know, messages. You're a stupid fucker, you know? Alright, so I had a date with these girls, 22-year-olds. You know, like young girls know how to text. They show me how to text. So I had about 3 hours to think about this. So I texted it back at him. I said, yes, I'm a fucker, but I am your motherfucker. After that, you know, he stopped masturbating in the morning. He couldn't look at me or my wife in the eye for about a couple of weeks. It's problem solved. You know, I was like the best dad in the world, basically. Because, you know, you hear about like inner city dads who's never there. But I was always there. You know why? I party till 5 in the morning. You know, I get home 5:36. They're sleeping. I make them fucking big breakfast, you know, because I'm coming down, you know, I need a fucking breakfast. Cook up the eggs, potatoes, bacon, you know, wake them up, wake up my wife, feed everybody, walk the kids to school, come home, I pass out. Then when I wake up, you know, time to pick up the kids, I pick them up, you know, what do you call it, take them to the park, whatever, you know, and make them dinner, fuck my wife, and they go out to party, right? 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock to 5. I was the perfect dad. I was always there, you know? One time, I guess, you know, I came home a little later than usual. I partied a little more than usual. And I couldn't get up, you know? And my son comes home. He came home before, you know, whatever, meeting him. He's waking me up. He's 13, 185 pounds, 6'1". I'm like, you know, I'm 145 pounds, you know? And when you're lying down and guys standing above you, it's kind of scary. You know? He's waking me up and I go, what? And then he says, what the fuck is this? And I said, oh, that looks like cocaine. He goes, what the fuck is cocaine doing in your room, right? I'm like, fuck, you know? Like, I never got busted by my parents, cops, teachers. I'm getting busted by my son, you know? I'm like, what the fuck? It's just a little cocaine, man. What do you want me to do? What the fuck were you doing? I was snoring it, man. Come on, leave me alone, you know? He's like, you know, he's a 13-year-old boy, so he's about to cry, and he says, "Does mommy know?" I'm like, shh, you know, my head's spinning, and I say, "If you tell your mommy, you know, you might end up with an evil stepmother. You ever think about that, you know?" So he says, "Okay, I won't tell mommy, but it better be a fucking last time." And he fucking breaks the vial, you know, whatever, $80. Right. But you know what? He just said, "I won't tell anybody," right? He just said, "I won't tell anybody but your bad habit," right? Psh. 5 minutes later, I'm like about to go back to sleep. My other son comes into my room, Milo, and he says, Daddy, give me $50. I'm like, "What do you need $50 for? He give you all the fucking money you want, you know?" He says, "I won't tell mommy about your little habit." I said, "Get the fuck out of here." It's like few advice about what might happen to you guys later on in your life, right? So I guess thanks for coming here. Drink a lot of beer. I gotta pay fucking rent, right?
Chang!
Oh my God.
Fucking crush, baby. That was amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah, buy beers, drink. We get to fucking do this stuff because of that dude right there. Give it up for Chang, everybody!